Hey everybody, this is Joel and
Addie.
bienvenidos a Moving to Mexi.co y bienvenidos a lección número.
4.
And this is Learning Spanish with Joel and Addie. I guess that is what we're going with because we haven't got any comments below. Again, we'll allow one more episode. If you have any ideas for the name of the show, or if you really like the name of the show, just Spanish with Joel and Addie, just comment below and let us know, hey, that's a great name. And then we're just going to keep it.
Yeah.
Sound good, Adelaide?
Sounds good.
Okay, so today is lección número 4, and I thought, as we did in the previous episode, we would kick things off with a quick review of what we learned last week. And Addie, can you think of some of the things we learned of last week? How about the words in English, for example? We touched on a whole bunch of words in English that are easily translated into Spanish, and two important ones were words that end in ible and
Hable.
hable. So two words. So two types of words in English that end in ible and in hable. So Adelaide, can you think of a word in English that ends in ible?
Possible.
Possible. And how would you say that in Español?
Posible.
Posible. And ¿cómo se dice terrible en español?
Terrible.
Excelente. ¿En cómo se dice horrible en inglés?
Horrible.
Horrible. Very good. Well, I don't want to have actually negative words. We did say terrible. We did say horrible.
Yeah.
And then you said
Possible.
possible. Let's actually go with possible. Todo es posible. Everything is possible. I think that's a good mantra, no?
Yeah.
And if you start to really think about what we are teaching you, if you start thinking about the language and some of the keys or las llaves that you are learning, you're going to start thinking in español, y todo es posible, o todo sería posible, everything would be possible. And anyways, adelante, no?
Mm-hmm.
Excelente. So now let's go to the hable words. Can you think of a word in English that ends in hable?
Acceptable.
Acceptable. And ¿cómo se dice en español?
Aceptable.
Aceptable. ¿Y por qué no es aceptable?
Because it's just not.
It's just not. It's one of those excepciones.
Yeah.
Okay. So in most of the words in English that end in hable or ible, you're always going to pronounce pretty well all the existing letters that are in English, but in Spanish. But for the word acceptable, there's only one C. So it is aceptable. Okay, what about adorable? ¿Cómo se dice adorable en español? It's the same rules. It's an hable word.
Adorable.
Adorable. Excelente. Excelente. So in the other lesson, in lesson number 3, and ¿cómo se dice número, let's try that again. How do you say number 3 en español? ¿Cómo se dice?
Número 3.
Número 3. We also cover the words that ended in ENT and ANT. Okay? And one of the words I just used to describe how great it was, can you think of what that word was?
Excelente.
Excelente. And what about the word evident? How would you say evident in español?
Evidente.
Evidente.
Oh, evidente.
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 Evidente. Okay. And what about ANT? Can you think of a word in English that ends in ANT?
I don't know.
Come on. You got to think of one.
Can't put me on the spot.
I'm putting Adelaide on the spot constantly.
Oh,
So how would you say constant in español?
constante.
Constante. Muy, muy bien. And muy bien, as you all know, and if you don't know, is basically very well, very good. Excelente. Now, you remember, Adelaide, that we use the verb tener. And what does the verb tener mean?
To have.
To have. And you And for you to say I have is,
Tengo.
and for you to say you have is,
Tiene.
excelente. And can you think of the word that we learned in the last episode that means I want?
Quiero.
Quiero. And what about the unconjugated verb meaning to
Querer.
want?
Querer.
Querer. And where are you putting the emphasis? Are you putting it in the beginning or are you putting it in the end?
In the end.
In the end. Querer. Okay, it's not querer, but you did say it right, but I just want to emphasize to everybody, querer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, excelente. Now, what about the word to know? We touched on that one last week as